very good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. You're watching KUTV News at 9. Let's get the highlights. "45 people confirmed dead after the seasonal Kijabe Dam in Maimayu, Naivasha burst its bank, causing flash floods. Hundreds of students remain stranded at bus stations upon realization that learning activities shall resume as from Monday next week, according to government directives. Kilifi County vows to employ more ECD teachers to meet student numbers. And Ruto says investing in Ida unlocks 60% of land for agriculture as capital injection plays a crucial role. KUTV News at 9 is also live on YouTube at KUTV_Kenya, and you can send us your feedback on X at KUTV_Kenya, at Anyango Sylvia KE. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Daisy Mwangi and Anyango Sylvia. We begin. Now, 6 people died on Sunday night after their houses were hit by a landslide at Kiganjo village in Murang'a County due to the ongoing heavy rainfall witnessed across the country. In Sindo Town, 4 bodies were recovered after Lake Victoria burst its banks yesterday, causing flash floods in the area. At around 11 p.m. on Sunday night, 6 people, including a man and his wife, a mother and her 3 children, perished after their houses were hit by a landslide at Kiganjo village in Gitugi ward in Murang'a County. The rescue exercise was, however, hindered by the heavy downpour which was experienced in the area. The landslide occurred a few meters from where another incident happened 4 years ago.
Jana usiku kama saa 6 nilikutwa na kijana moja wa familia, akaniambia wazazi wake wameangukiwa na mchanga na miti, niende niwasaidie. Na bila shaka nikaenda na nikawasaidia, tukakuta vijana wengi, tukawaokoa penye walikuwa wamelaliwa na miti na matope. Tukawachukua tukawapeleka kwa hospitali. Kwa bahati mbaya wakaaga kabla tufike kwa hospitali.
The residents have blamed the county government for the slow response, further pleading with the disaster rescue team to be availing themselves swiftly when a calamity occurs.
Ningetaka kuwahimiza watu wagetue, hasa wale katika eneo hili, tafadhali tuhame.
Maana ukiangalia jinsi ambavyo imefanyika hapa iko katika hatari sana. So kama tunaweza kuhama, tuelekee katika ile polytechnic ambayo MP wetu ametuelekeza, tuende pale.
Elsewhere in Sindo, Homa Bay County, 4 bodies were recovered today following flash floods that hit the area yesterday as Lake Victoria busted its banks, carrying off hundreds of homesteads.
What happened here is so unusual. I cannot believe it is just rain. I don't know exactly what happened, but you can see the huge rocks that have come down tumbling from the hills all the way down. It did not rain in Sindo, it just rained up here, but the damage is from here all the way to Sindo.
There is a big flood. Went with houses, some people have died. So we are in a bad place. We are asking the government of Kenya to help us.
Mimi ni mmoja ambayo maiti ilipatikana kwa mji yake. Mji yangu ilitoka, maiti ilikuja na maji, nikastuka, nilikuwa nafikiri ni kisiki, kumbe ni binadamu.
The death toll of people who have died due to the ongoing heavy downpours that has hit the country, causing landslides and floods, has risen to more than 154, with more than 24,484 households comprising of more than 185,297 persons displaced. Now, at the same time, still on floods, 40 people have been confirmed dead after the seasonal dam on the upper part of Kijabe slopes burst its banks early Monday morning at around 3 a.m., causing gushing flash floods that carried off hundreds of homes in Maimayu area in Naivasha. The numbers are feared to rise as search and rescue operations continue. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, upon visiting the affected persons to offer food and beddings, urged the residents to move to lower lands that are much safer, stating that such natural calamities cannot be predicted. So far, hundreds of rescued victims continue to receive medical attention at the area health facilities.
Tumepoteza tayari, ile mili imepatikana zaidi 45 na kungali watu karibu 40 ambayo wanatafutwa, hawajulikani wako wapi, kama wamekufa, kama wako uhai. Wale watu wako huko kwa milima, tunaomba nyinyi mteremuke huku pahali tuko. Hakuna haja mungoje, hatujui nini itafanyika leo usiku. Tukipata ripoti ya wale watu ya kutabiri hali ya hewa, wanatuambia kutakuwa na mvua hata kali kuliko ile ya jana.
Hivi sasa leo hapa Maimayu tumepata disaster kubwa sana. This is a national disaster, kwamba Kijabi pale chini ilivunja. Na wakati ilipovunja kitu saa 9 ya usiku, imefanya madhara kubwa sana juu imefagia watu, imefagia mali, imefagia nini.
Now, hundreds of students remain stranded at bus stops after realizing the school opening dates have been postponed to next week, 6th May. This is due to the late announcement by Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu on the midnight of 28th April. Machogu states in his statement that the announcement was driven by reports received that most schools in the country had been adversely affected by the heavy downpour.
Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu has postponed school reopening to 6th May through a statement released on the 28th midnight, a few hours before the previously planned opening day. This is after the Union of Nation Parents provided a request for the postponement of the opening of schools on Sunday due to fear of risking their kids' lives to the ongoing floods. Hundreds of students who were on their way traveling to school as the announcement was made remained stranded at bus stops, not knowing where to go. Teachers expressed their frustration towards the government, asking why did the government not deliver the message early enough before students traveled to school, whereas parents complained of the losses incurred as they shopped for their kids and used money for bus fare, which has gone to a loss, with some claiming to lack fare to send their children back home. However, Nairobi County Governor Johnson Sakaja offered to give transport to all stranded students in bus stops in Nairobi. Also, CS Ezekiel Machogu continued to note in his statement that his ministry will work closely with relevant agencies and stakeholders to put in place measures to mitigate the adverse effects of the rains and provide regular updates on all developments as pertain to the education sector. As of yesterday, more than 8 schools in Busia County were severely affected, while more than 6 schools were completely submerged and others demolished by the strong winds accompanied by the heavy rain. Salma Swaleh, KUTV.
Now, at the same time, a sigh of relief has engulfed remote Habura village in Magrini sub-county in Kilifi County after the area got its first modern pre-primary school. According to the residents, their children were walking more than 20 kilometers to nearest school at Galana ADC farm. Edward Nyamu has more.
A remote village in Magarini sub-county, Kilifi County, got its first modern pre-primary school. As a community under the Uzima Community Development Project, they started an informal pre-primary school at a village house before applying for funds from Kenya Marine Fisheries and Socio-Economic Development Project to construct modern school. Jefferson Guyo, a resident in Habura village, said that KEMSFED constructed 3 classrooms, 2 blocks of toilets and installed a water tank at a cost of 9 million shillings.
Tukapata habari ya kwamba kuna KEMSFED wana miradi ambao wanafadhili kwa jamii. Na hivyo basi sisi tukachukua fursa na tuka-apply kwa nguvu za Mwenyezi Mungu, tukapata hiyo mradi na tukaamua kupendekeza madarasa 3 katika maombi yetu.
Lucy Kapombe, KEMSFED Kilifi County Project Coordinator, said that many groups applied for funds through proposal to run various projects, but Uzima applied for funds to construct a school.
Tanks za maji na jamii hii ya Waatha ambayo katika mradi wa KEMSFED tunawaita vulnerable and marginalized groups, wakasema kwamba shida kuu ambayo wangependa kuitatua ni kujengewa madarasa ambayo yatasaidia watoto katika chekechea.
Kilifi Governor Gideon Mungaro said that the county government will empower the Waatha community and fund them to start beekeeping businesses, and the product will be mixed with porridge for the pre-primary school kids.
Nikirudi kule Kilifi niweke kwa payroll ili wazazi hapa ile shida kuandika hawalimu tutawapunguzia. Walimu wa hii shule kama walikuwa wameandikwa na wazazi watachukuliwa na county ili walipwe na county.
Residents were lucky they were linked to KEMSFED, who are receiving proposals from community groups to construct development projects. Edward Nyamo, KUTV.
In other news, President William Ruto has called for collective responsibilities by African leaders in improving the economic model of the African continent. According to President Ruto, investing in IDA will ensure sustainable growth and at the same time deal with financial challenges brought about by the overwhelming debt crisis.
President William Ruto is the host of the Africa Heads of State Summit at Kenyatta International Conference Center, which brought together delegates from Africa and beyond. President Ruto, who articulately addressed the heads of states, emphasized the need for collaborative efforts towards investing in IDA.
By investing in IDA, we unlock 60% of the world's arable uncultivated land for food security and nutrition, not just for Africa, but for the globe. By investing in IDA, we unlock the human resource potential in our continent, Africa being the youngest continent in the world. Investing in education, in health, in social protection.
Ruto has, however, highlighted that Africa should first do away with poverty, stating that the continent has unwavering resources that can enable this. According to Ruto, Africa has a high number of human capital and this should be used accordingly.
Africa's commitment to economic transformation, reducing poverty and inequality, and enhancing human well-being is essential and demands significant capital investment.
Ruto has called for immediate and united action in dealing with global crisis, giving an example of the severe floods being experienced in Kenya, stating that financial help from IDA will go a long way in dealing with such natural disasters without having to burden governments.
As I speak to you in this podium, 10,000 people in Nairobi city are displaced by floods. That is the gravity of the situation. Only a year ago, we had a devastating drought on the other end. This new normal demands our immediate and united action.
On the debt crisis facing African countries, Ruto has said that countries should minimize on loans, highlighting that 17% of public revenue in many countries is being used to service debts, something that is being caused by high interest rates from lending countries.
Discussed the financial challenges that restrict our economic capabilities and reduce our investment in resilience and growth. High interest rates lead to unsustainable sovereign debt.
We believe that it should be a collective effort to highlight both the impactful success stories of IDA and the potential that IDA still has.
The summit organized was to look into ways to foster collaborative partnership and support from African countries in a bid to improve the economy of the continent and to empower African countries to invest in IDA. Edward Nyamo, KUTV.
On that note, we take a very short break. More stories lined up. Stay tuned.
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
But folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
Pepopa si vuguvugu. Pepopa ni idea.
Tazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili, hiyo inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni duniani leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
Kaunti maarufu kwa kuzalisha maziwa na ukuzaji wa majani chai. Pia, serikali ya kaunti inawahimiza wakulima kukumbatia mitindo mingine ya kilimo kuzidisha mapato.
Kama kuna kikundi moja inafanya biashara ya kuuza kuku, hao pia tumewafadhili kuwafunza jinsi ya kuhandle zile kuku kwa sababu wanaleta kwa wingi.
Haya yote tunakuletea katika Boresha Kilimo, toleo la kaunti ya Bomet.
Kilimo ni nguzo kubwa kwa ujenzi wa taifa.
From the hospital corridors, we bring you experts to discuss issues affecting your health, from diet to mental health. The familiar and the ignored are both put into perspective. We then dive into the environment and look at the effects of climate change and its solutions. Join me, Mutegi K. Martin, every Friday at 9 p.m. as we learn on how to better our health while taking care of our environment. Only on KUTV.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audio-visual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
Welcome back. Remember to keep engaging with us on our social media platforms, on X at KUTV_Kenya, at Anyango Sylvia KE. Now, leaders from Kirinyaga County have called for more allocation on bursary as the number of students keeps increasing annually. According to the leaders, the funds need to be shared based on regional population to create equity across the nation. Gichugu Member of Parliament Githinji Gichumi, while disbursing the National Government County Development Fund (NGCDF) bursaries to schools at Kirinyaga CDF offices, noted that they are pushing for one man, one vote to ease the burden put on a number of parents, while others get enough money to offer scholarships. He said all students belong to one government and should be given equal resources.
Hii pesa itakuwa ya maana sana kusaidia wanafunzi wetu, hasa wakati huu wanarudi shule muhula wa pili. Na nimeomba walimu wakuu waweze kuvumilia watoto, hata wale wako na balance kidogo, kwa sababu hii pesa tumepeana check kama imeshikana yote pamoja, waweze kuwapatia nafasi ndio waweze kusoma at least miezi kadhaa kabla waanze kuambiwa waende nyumbani kuchukua karo. Kwa hivyo mimi naomba wale walimu wakuu waweze kustahimili, kuvumilia watoto pale shule.
A company called Hello Tractor, supported by non-profit Heifer International, is enabling poor small-holding farmers to rent or buy mechanized farm equipment that is helping them increase their productivity and profits. Mohammed Yusuf reports.
A new tractor arrives in this Hello Tractor yard in Kenya, a sign of growing demand as planting season is well underway. The tractors are brought here to help small farmers till and prepare their land. Hello Tractor says it has served more than 100,000 farmers in Kenya during the first 3 months of this year. Geoffrey Kongo, a rice farmer, is one of a few farmers today who have rented a tractor for $150 to cultivate his 5-hectare piece of land. Using a tractor and other mechanized farm equipment, Kongo says he is able to produce 200 bags of rice compared to just 2 when he was using a hoe for cultivation.
The tractor has helped a lot. I am able to get enough food that I can even sell. It has also brought good relationships in our community because a tractor cultivates land for many people in a very short time. We are also food secure here.
Food security tuko nayo ya kutosha.
Heifer International says access to tractors in Kenya, Nigeria and Uganda has boosted the income of small-holding farmers by more than 200% and increased their maize yields by 88%. The US-based non-profit has collaborated with Hello Tractor since 2021 when it invested $4.5 million to develop mechanization infrastructure in Africa. Under the program, small farmers are able to purchase tractors on a pay-as-you-go model. The two organizations say mechanization has helped farmers cultivate more land and create more opportunities for the community.
An acre of land, one person using the traditional methods of farming, it will take them about 3 to 4 days of farming, of land preparation within their farm, right? But if you're looking at mechanization services, say we're looking at reaping, it takes the tractor owner about 2 to 3 hours, and they're able to prepare the land for cultivation, and that saves a huge amount of time. So we're looking at reduced cost from 3 days to 3 hours.
We also looked at other impact that came with this kind of arrangement. We had youth in the community, youth and women that got opportunities to earn their livelihood. We had youth who are working as booking agents. They are able to connect farmers with the tractors through Hello Tractor app, and they are able to book and aggregate this land.
While some African farmers have adopted mechanization and recognize its advantages, many still rely on traditional methods like manual plowing and harvesting. This limits their ability to cultivate large areas and leaves them impoverished. Hello Tractor, which also provides tractors to farmers in Nigeria and Uganda, says it hopes its services will put them on a road to greater prosperity. Mohammed Yusuf, VOA News, Rabur, Western Kenya.
And President Joe Biden's jokes were well received by those who attended the White House Correspondents' Dinner in Washington Saturday. But his rival Donald Trump criticized the event as he gears up for a new round of campaign stops and court appearances. VOA's Veronica Balderas Iglesias reports.
The 2024 election is in full swing. And yes, age is an issue. I'm a grown man running against a 6-year-old.
With jokes about himself and his political rival in the 2024 re-election bid, U.S. President Joe Biden drew applause and laughter from journalists, celebrities, and politicians gathered at the annual White House Correspondents' Dinner Saturday. Notably, for the first time, the commander-in-chief also referred to Donald Trump's legal challenges.
I had a great stretch since the State of the Union. But Donald has had a few tough days lately. You might call it stormy weather. What the hell?
Biden was referring to the ongoing hush money trial in New York, where Trump faces 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. Analysts say they don't think Saturday's joke signals a change in the Biden campaign strategy.
And he did it in a soft way through humor, which I think he might not do it again. Trump has accused this as being orchestrated by Biden in the White House to take out a political rival. He doesn't want to feed that narrative.
Early Sunday, Trump weighed in on the White House Correspondents' Dinner. He posted on his Truth social media platform that the event was, quote, really bad, and that Biden was an absolute disaster. Trump is gearing up to hold campaign events in Michigan and Wisconsin on May 1st. On Friday, he reiterated his readiness to debate Biden as soon as this week, after the Democratic president told a radio host he's open to debating his Republican rival later this year.
I'm ready, willing, and able, and if he wants, I'll do it on Monday night, Tuesday night, or Wednesday night. We'll be in Michigan, a state that he's destroyed because of the auto industry.
To sway voters' minds in favor of either candidate, the timing of the debates would be crucial, says Professor Eric Nisbet.
Historically, in the United States, most of the public do not tune in to even paying attention to what's going on with the election until September, after the parties have confirmed their nominees during the summer.
What is certain, at least in the short term, is that Trump will need to juggle campaign appearances with his Manhattan trial, which is scheduled to resume Tuesday. Biden will need to continue finding the right balance between hitting the campaign trail and performing his duties as president. Veronica Valderas Iglesias, VOA News, Washington.
In sports tonight, following the victory of AFC Leopards that saw them beat Compel FC 3-1 on Sunday at Dandora Stadium, the team has secured a spot in the semi-finals of the FKF Cup, in which they will play against Kenya Police FC next weekend at the same venue. The players, Casey Odhiambo and Arthur Gitego, scored 1 and 2 goals respectively during the tournament. Now that is it from us. Thank you so much for keeping us company tonight. Our sign language interpreter has been Daisy Mwangi and Anyango Sylvia. Have a good night.